we are in a Christmas market. It's after Christmas, and we're at a Christmas market in Merano, up in here in the Alps, as you can see. There's Alps and the Dolomites. Oh, that's pretty. All the beautiful Italians. There's a lot of beautiful Italians here. Oh, there's my day. Okay, just wanted to walk through here with you for a few moments. We got arts and crafts, and we got all kinds of food. It's crazy. It's crazy. The temperature is actually not too bad. It's like, I don't know, mid 40s. Okay, here's our hotel, Hotel Aurora, and it's a dog-friendly hotel. Here's one of our residents right there. It's one of our residents right there. People here love their dogs. There's dogs all over the place. As a matter of fact, I think there are more dogs in this place than people. But it's a lovely, delightful place nonetheless. So, and here it's Sunday. It's the 29th of December, and there's still a Christmas market going on right next to this beautiful river. The river. No dogs in the river, but there's dogs over here. I'll show you a bunch of them. Oh, there's another one of my furry friends. I wouldn't shit you. Oh, here's another couple of them over here. Here we are. We're taking this nice, charming walk. It's kind of a park type of setting. Little walkway. There's the river down here. There's a canal that just had a diversion, and there's people. There's a nice tree. But believe me, there's a lot of things like this we encounter, and I just don't understand why they will have to. Well, the language barrier is one thing, but here's something that really confounds me. We just saw it, and I have no clue, but over here, you see it? It's a TV. It's a TV. Why is there a TV on here? Wonder what kind of reception they get. Okay. And there's Gina looking to get some exclusive.
Mój tato jest zapędzelerem, sam zjada cały talerz serem, ho. Mój brat jest najlepszym kotlarzem, od Boga dostał talent w darze, ho. Moja siostra jest zacną damą, z 16 dzieci z mężem znaną, ho.
We've been in the bus for an hour, and this kid hasn't shut up. These kids are so loud around here. I think it's an Italian thing. I don't know. Wait till you hear the dogs. I'm not sure what they are. I think they're like Italian Hare Krishnas or something like that. I don't know. But it's a nice song. I'm sure it's a nice message. It's peace and love and all that. Gotta give them credit. This is one of the things that's beautiful about the world, huh? Here's another group. I don't know what they are. Everybody has a camera. We're in Verona, city of love, city of Romeo and Juliet. There's our apartment up there. Hey, Gina! Gina's up there. Gina! I feel like Romeo. Gina, wherefore art thou? Gina, where are you? Come on, I guess I'm no Romeo. Juliet! Gina! Oh, Juliet is the east and the sun is in the west or something. Okay, you gonna come down?
Yeah.
We're in the church of San Lorenzo. I'm not sure what he did, but this is a pretty ancient place. Got great paintings. Oh, we got the Ku Klux Klan. Here it is. Romeo's tomb. He's here. Romeo. Here it is. Juliet's tomb. You'll learn so much when you come to these things with me. Yeah, it is. It's Juliet's tomb. Don't ruin it for me. Everybody depends on me to give them an education. More dogs. More dogs. There's a dog. Somebody walking their dog over here. And, you know, we see a lot of dogs, but we don't see any dog shit anywhere. And we don't see anybody we don't even see any dogs take a shit. You know, and I wonder about that, but I have a theory. And my theory is that they give the dog something in the morning to make it poop at home. Probably some espresso. I think, see, there we go. They probably give it espresso in the morning.
Yeah, and
Dog
a
does
cigarette.
his bit, and a cigarette.
They give
the dog
espresso and a cigarette.
Yeah, they give the dog espresso and a cigarette. Here's some smoke right here. You can see the smoke.
And
then
so
the
they
dog
get it
does
over with.
Yeah, gets it over with, and they take it for a walk in the plaza.
Yeah.
And nobody has to be embarrassed. That's it.
That's it.
That's
all
my
they do.
theory.
Okay.
Another dog. Looks happy. Looks like it took a nice dump this morning. that it?
No.
That it?
No.
That it?
No.
Is that it?
No.
Okay. That it?
No.
That it?
No.
It?
No.
Is that it? Is that
Yes,
it?
that's it.
That's it.
That's it. But Juliet was a fictional character.
What?
Juliet wasn't real. She's a fictional character.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. Juliet was real. She was
No,
all
she
of
wasn't
Shakespeare's
real.
stories were based on real things. They were based on real events. All of his stories were based on real events, and Juliet was real. And as you could see, you'd think that, you know, being Italian, she had dark hair and stuff and olive skin. Wrong. Juliet looked like Gwyneth Paltrow. Really. Seriously.
Well, what about Romeo?
What do you mean, what about Romeo?
What did he look like?
Well, he looked like me. Of course. Come on. What'd you think? So we could go up there and kiss. What do you think? You want to go up there and kiss? I don't want to. Wait a second. You know something? This story was like, what? 1500s? 1560 or something like that?
Yes.
That balcony don't look like it's from the 1500s. I'm sorry.
No.
Bricks, yes. Balcony. I think they just plastered it up there and say this is Juliet's balcony. I know how these Italians are. You think the Pope was here or something like that. Look at the faces of these people. They're all awe-inspired. They're all in love. Look at that. See? They're crying. The guy had tears in his eyes. You see that? Okay. Juliet's dog. That's Juliet's dad. There's Juliet's mom with a sword, ready to avenge her daughter's death. She's going to go and get the Montagues and just slice them up like a salami. There's Juliet's kitty. This is Juliet's church. That's her great aunt, Aunt Maud Capulet. They honored Maud Capulet. She's a saint, really. She became a saint. What do they call it when you make a saint? They made her a saint, and she had miracles going on. Miracles. And this is Juliet's cousin, Milton Capulet, with his horse and his guardian angel. Now, there's a story about cousin Milton. A lot of people think Juliet was a virgin. I think cousin Milt has a different story to tell. But these are things that are secrets that shall never be revealed. But anyway, I happen to know this from sources. So there it is, cousin Milt. Okay, here we are in some kind of the Christmas market for Verona. And they're really big on Shakespeare here, since he had a couple of stories. And here's some of the characters up here. We have, there's Romeo, there's Prosecchio, there's Malpinio, there's El Bruto, and there's the unknown guy. I forgot his name that's one of the gentlemen from Verona. I forgot. That was Bob. I think it was Bob. And then if you look over there behind that, that's the other gentleman from Verona, Maurice.
Sotto la comenda. Fatemi vedere le mani per favore. Buonasera. Ok, con le mani ci siamo. Fatemi sentire la voce per favore, 1, 2, 3. Ok.
Direi che ci siamo. Hai già iniziato col sulemanismo,
No, dobbiamo solo le voci sul listone, 1, 2, 3. Le voci della Piazza Merano.
It's surreal, ain't it? It's New Year's Eve. Año Nuevo. Verona. There's some famous people up there. I don't know who they are.
Questo calore serve
Yeah.
per introdurre
Get on there.
i nostri ospiti. Sono tutti giovani.
It's Selena Gomez of Italy. I don't know who it is.
Comuni X Factor.
Okay, we're at the castle. Castle Vecchio. I don't know what the name of the castle is over here in Verona. On this bridge that goes over the river. Everybody has to get their picture on this bridge. You can see all kinds of sorts of people. Touristos mainly. Oh, there we go. People on their phones. People taking pictures. People taking pictures of each other. And then there's me. Oh, lovers. Lovers. Verona is for lovers. Yeah, see, here we go. Oh, let's get a picture of this. They're in love. Okay, what's this? What's You gotta appreciate these people's sense of humor. I swear to God. Not something you'd find in America. Here it's January 1st, and the Christmas Mart is still open. Go figure. They're probably waiting for Epiphany. But I love these lights. Look at these lights. It's like it's snowing out. He's beautiful. He's beautiful.
He's beautiful. Let's walk down that street and see what that's beautiful.
Walk into the picture. Oh, there she is. I'm flashing, man. I'm flashing. Flashing, man. Okay, here's the, what do they call this? The Porto Pinto or Pinto Porto? What do they call this, Gina?
I don't know.
The Punta Pinta.
The old bridge. It's the old
bridge. This bridge is part. Like, it looks like this part of the bridge over here was like built 100 BC. 100 BC. I am the genie from the lamp. I don't know what this is. A fountain. We're in some castle. We're in the Castle Vecchio, and this is an interesting story about this fountain here. This was this gave David Lynch his idea about the creature in Eraserhead. Take a look. It's very, very similar. Here's part of the moat of the castle. Unlike America, they drained this swamp a long time ago. Statue of St. Bartholomew. And I'm not exactly sure why he has a knife here, but given the history of the Catholic Church, who knows? Maybe he was the first bris. What's they call that? The moil. He was the first moil, maybe. I don't know. Gina, get in the well.
No.
Come on, get in the well.
You get in the well.
There's St. Bartholomew again, and he has a knife. We gotta sort this out. Here's the little baby Jesus, very young. I think it's the only depiction of the Madonna where she's smiling and she's breastfeeding. Isn't that nice? Here's Jesus. He's about 3 years old. She's not smiling anymore. He's probably getting into all kinds of stuff. He's pointing something right now. I don't know. It's a picture of St. Augustine. Had a dream about him one time. Dreamt I saw St. Augustine alive as you or me. And I got a feeling that's where a lot of our troubles began with St. Augustine. Wrote a lot of stuff. Another depiction of the Madonna and Child. Now, they say, Trump says he's, it's the new coming of Christ and the new Savior and everything. But if you ask me, the only thing they have in common is the size of their weenie. This is San Francisco on a fresco. We're on a very ancient bridge. This bridge has been here since about 100 BC, and it's still in pretty good shape. I'm sure that they've paved it a few times and they've made a number of repairs. But a very unusual thing and a special thing about this bridge is this thing right here. This. See, a lot of people don't realize, but when Moses came down from the mountain, there were 15 commandments, but one of the tablets got lost. That's it right there. That's it right there. And if you look closely, if we go in there and look, it's kind of like scrubbed off, but there were some other commandments there. Commandments: thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's dog, stuff like that. Thou shalt change your underwear every day. That was a big one because cleanliness was important. Thou shalt not fart in church. Big deal at the time because everybody had a high grain diet and stuff, and there was a lot of gas, and you had to go outside for that. Thou shalt not drive in the fast lane slow. That was a big one because they had a lot of chariots then, and it was a problem. And it was a moral issue back at the time because people there was road rage and stuff. Yeah, so there it is. Commandments 11 to 15. Statue of a boy here. That's pretty good. Look at the nice hands. So, wait a second. What? Wait a second. Whose hand is that? I love these Italians. Store, typical Italian fashion. But I tell you, see a lot of these mannequins, you'd expect that they would have a cigarette in their hand because, to be truly fashionable in Italy is to be smoking. Go figure.
Sotto un manto di stelle, Roma bella mia pare, solitario mio cuor, disilluso d'amor, vo nell'ombre cantar. Una muta fontana di un balcone lassù, oh chitarra romana, accompagnami tu. Suona, suona mia chitarra, lascia piangere il mio cuore, senza cassa e senza amore, mi rimani solo tu. Se la voce un po' velata, accompagnami in sordina, la mia bella fornarina, al balcone non c'è più. La mia bella fornarina, al balcone non c'è più.
same for dog pee. As a matter of fact, I'm beginning to think it's not just dog pee. So here's an old fresco on the side of a building. It's kind of like a Banksy. It's like Banksy of like, you know, the year zero. Banksy in the year zero. You got to watch when you're in these streets because these people don't stop either. I'll tell you. So there's this great. It looks like the Coliseum. It's an arena here in Verona, the Verona Coliseum, the Verona Arena. And as you can see, it's kind of like the Coliseum in Rome. Actually, this predates the Coliseum in Rome. This is their prototype for the Coliseum in Rome. As you can see, they had stuff going on in there. Oh, there we go. How's that? And you got to wonder, is this where they, sacrifice the Christians to the lions and all that stuff that Russell Crowe going in there with the gladiators and stuff? No. Why? There weren't any Christians yet. This is like before Christ. So then I got to wonder. I look at these great stones that they've cut and hewn and added. They were slaves, right? What kind of slaves? The slaves built it? I don't know. Did they pay a decent wage? Wait a second. Did they pay a decent wage? Beats me. I don't know. Were they Jews? The Jews? Did they built this? Who were the slaves back then? I don't know. But thank God. Thank God for slaves, huh? No. Like vendors? Bacala vendors or stuff like that? I don't know. What do you think, Gina?
Sure they did.
What kind of vendors? They had no, and inside there, like during a ball game and stuff.
No, I doubt it.
Hot dogs or whatever.
I think you brought your own food.
Oh, yeah, you probably did. Okay. So back to the vendors. If you're really quiet and you listen, you could probably still hear the echoes through the great halls of this Coliseum. Let's see. Chico, over here. Give me the hot dog. The lupini. We got the lupini. We got the squab on a stick. The squab on a stick. Come on, the squab on a stick. We got a poopacorn. A poopacorn. Yeah, I could hear him. We got a beer. We got a vino. We got a Mad Dog of 2020. Cream, you believe it? Here I am in Merano, Italy. They're playing Cream.
Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to do.